What it is, what it ain't. It's your girl Umbrella, and I am back with another video. I am so excited to be back with another video because y'all don't understand. We so close. We're so close to 200 subscribers. Like, are you kidding me? We're at 199. 199. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, I'm about to choke. Anywho, we're at 199 subscribers. So this video is gonna be fire. I need you guys to support me. I need you guys to be here. I'm blessed. I feel happy, that I'm here. It's been a long time coming to this point. I'm very humble about it. I am very grateful to you guys for watching and interacting with me on this channel. Make sure that you are subscribing to this channel for more videos. I have spent the entire day trying to plan out some content because the videos are just gonna come, and it's just gonna be exclusive. Umbrella is a very exclusive channel. It's gonna be freaking crazy, so I need you guys to make sure that you're liking, you're commenting and interacting, talking with me, leaving me some comments, and make sure that you subscribe to this channel because it's going down. Okay, we are about to get into this video now. This is going to be like a movie review, kind of like the One Night in Miami, but this is a totally different movie. I'm thinking about this movie actually inspires me to kind of do a new segment, and I feel like it's going to be like it's going to be called The Villain's Perspective. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the movie The Joker that came out in 2017, starring Joaquin Phoenix. If you have seen, what's that movie he was in? The Johnny Cash film. He was in the Johnny Cash film. If you watch that with Reese Witherspoon, then you know who Joaquin Phoenix is. He was also in other movies as well, but that's one of his most famous roles. I forgot what it was called, but I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. But yes, Joaquin Phoenix is a very wonderful actor, and he made his accredited, movie debut in this movie, The Joker. I am so excited to talk about this movie because it's amazing. After I finish this, I might watch it while I still can. I watched it on Amazon Prime, so if you have Prime, make sure that you go rent that movie just to watch it for a couple of days so that you can really get into it, because it is worth it. I think it's like $4 to rent it. It's worth it. If I see it out, I'm gonna buy it. Like, that's how good it is. I don't really like, a lot of people don't buy movies anymore, but this is a movie like you have to have. So if you're ready for me to talk about this movie, if you like the Joker movie, the most recent Joker movie, make sure that you leave me a comment. Make sure you tell me which part was your favorite. But I'm about to get into the movie right now, so yeah, if you haven't seen it, make sure you go watch it and then watch this video. So just cut the video off right now. It's okay. Cut it off. Yes, it's 2021 and I'm just now watching this movie. But I couldn't catch it anywhere. Like, I didn't see it on TV. Most movies like that are like really good, they wait a couple of years before they put it on TV, or maybe a good year before they put it on TV, and then you can watch it. Like, for example, The Dark Knight, when that came out, I saw that in the movies, and I think I went to see it twice, and it was like a 2-hour and something and some change movie. Like, that was a long movie, especially the first Dark Knight. Was a very long movie, but it was just so amazing from start to finish that I loved it. I was captivated. I've always loved like the Batman movies. I think one of my favorites is with Poison Ivy, like one of the older ones with Poison Ivy. So I've always been captivated with like superhero movies and stuff like that, but the type of movies that I'm starting to really get into, because it's just amazing to see the villain's point of view. You never really think that that's important, because everybody's supposed to root for the protagonist, the hero, the one that's instilling hope into the world and all of this good stuff. but you know, the villain kind of shows the more, it's like the villain shows the reality of the way the world is, and that's what you can see in this film, The Joker. Now, what I will say too about this movie is that it shows a different perspective on the Joker that we've probably never seen before, which is like amazing. That's why I think I liked it so much, is because like I never thought that I would have empathy for the Joker, especially growing up. If you watch all the Batman movies, if you saw, you know, the Joker and how he just this crazy guy, you know, in clown makeup, and you know, even in the animations, he almost just is such a clown that you don't even think of him as a human being. So in this movie, you really see the humanity in him. You really see how, you know, the world fails him, and you know, he fails the world right back. In the movie, you saw that he has like a laughing disorder, and it's a real thing. I looked it up, and basically it's a disorder where, you know, people have a hard time controlling laughter, and they usually laugh in an inappropriate time or whatever. And it's a serious thing. Like it's a mental, you know, health issue. It's with the nervous system. It's a serious thing, and I could see how, you know, society would outcast a person like that if they just laugh when bad things happen or laugh when it's inappropriate. But it's uncontrollable. But a lot of people don't know that. You know, a lot of people just think, you know, he's an asshole or whatever the case may be. But whole time he has to walk around with a card explaining that he has a disorder where he can't stop laughing, which is really really hard. That's a hard thing to carry with you every day. And you know, you see him in, you know, before he becomes the Joker, so you see him, you know, working a day job, you know, as a clown, trying to make people laugh, trying to make people smile, trying to be a comedian. That's like his dream. And you just see really life is just taking a dump on him every chance he gets. He's losing a job, or he's getting beat up, or he's living, you know, very, very close to his mom at an older age, you know, where he should be dating women and stuff like that. And it's just a lot of, he just has a very hard life. Someone gives him a gun. I think that's maybe the climax is when he does receive the gun. One of his buddies gives him a gun and saying, like, you gotta protect yourself because, you know, you're getting beat up. Like, I don't want you to keep getting beat up or whatever. So he gets a gun, and in actuality, the gun isn't making things better, because he gets a new job. He's working at a hospital, and then the gun falls out of his fucking jacket and in front of all the kids, and it just makes him look bad, and he gets fired. And in actuality, it's like if he didn't have that gun, he probably wouldn't have killed his first victims. And, you know, from my point of view and my perspective, the people that he killed, they were messing with him. You know what I mean? Like, they just were messing with him. They didn't leave him alone. They were bullies. And in this movie, you could really see that. You could see how someone that gets bullied just turns insane. You know, someone that is already on the edge of life, is already having a difficult life, just keeps getting pushed to the edge. And you can see, and you can have empathy for someone like that, because life is really hard, and sometimes you don't have help, sometimes you don't have support. And it is a very understanding point of view. So after he kills his first victims, I feel like he has this huge confidence boost. But then the movie continues, and he starts to learn a lot of things about himself that he didn't know. So the interesting thing about this movie also is that it is the story of the Joker, but it also intertwines Bruce Wayne and his father, Thomas Wayne. And just like all the Batman movies, we see the Joker, but it's mainly about Batman. This time, the whole movie was about the Joker, and it just kind of placed Bruce Wayne and Thomas Wayne in the movie as like supporting roles. So it's like it shows Joker's point of view of Batman in his life, you know, before he becomes the Joker. I think it was so cool. Like, the directors did their thing on this movie. Like, I thought it was really cool how they twisted the plot and they made Batman the enemy for Joker very easily and very without the Joker even knowing who he was. Like, I thought it was interesting that the Joker and Bruce Wayne had a meeting, and it was, you know, for the most part, it was very positive. It wasn't like they hated each other from first sight or first time meeting each other, but it was the fact that he was a stranger and he was way older than him. I thought that was interesting too, was that the Joker really met Bruce Wayne when he was a kid and not as an adult, as Batman, like how we've always seen it. I thought it was interesting to still keep Batman in the movie, but place him at, you know, almost his weakest point, you know, almost at his weakest point. If we're just thinking about him being Batman, like, he was a kid, so he wasn't Batman yet. So I thought that was interesting. I thought it was interesting that his mother actually said that she had an affair with Thomas Wayne, which is Batman's father, and that was his father. And I also thought it was interesting that the butler, or, you know, Alfred, he was basically saying, like, you know, your mother used to work here, and oh yeah. So I also thought it was interesting that they put in that the Joker's mom used to work at the Wayne Mansion, and that they had an affair, and that's allegedly, you know, the Joker's father is Bruce Wayne's father. Like, that is a huge plot twist, and that would, of course, heighten the Joker's, like, anger towards, you know, not having a father in his life, and, you know, anger towards, like, rich people in general, snobby people in general. Alfred was telling him, like, your mother's crazy, like, she there was no affair, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was very delusional. So basically saying that everything she told you was a lie and that it was made up. So when he did go to, he went to Thomas Wayne, and he basically told him, like, you're my father, like, what's up? You knew my mother worked with you, y'all had a little thing going on. And Thomas Wayne was like, that never happened, you're adopted. Like, and that was like a boom, because he didn't even know. He was like, you're adopted, you know, she never told you that you was adopted, how she didn't tell you. It's not his fault that he was adopted. It's not his fault that his adopted mother was mentally ill. It's not his fault that her boyfriend was being abusive. And a lot of that, you know, helped him become the person that he was, you know, before he became the Joker. And I think it's still cool too, because it shows that he was still trying to be a good person. Even despite all of that, he was still trying to be a good person, and life just kept taking a crap right on top of his head every chance he could get. And it just made him feel like he couldn't catch a break. So, you know, in a lot of ways, like, a lot of people can relate to that story, whether you're white, black, Spanish, Asian. A lot of people can relate to, like, a story like this. And that's why I really think it's interesting to make movies like this. And, you know, he's quote unquote, you know, called a villain, you know, especially, you know, in Marvel or whatever in the comic world, he's of course called a villain. But I do think it's important to understand how they become villains, how they are, you know, how they lose their inability to want to have courage and want to be a good person and want to, you know, bring positivity to the world. When he went on the TV show with Robert De Niro, um, and he was talking, I feel like a lot of people felt exactly what he was saying, like about, you know, about, you know, just feeling like, you know, he thought, you know, killing those people in the subway, he thought that they were scumbags. He thought that they were, you know, they were awful people. And it wasn't like he just randomly killed anybody. It's like they was messing with him, so he killed them. So of course he's gonna, you know, think that that's funny, you know. Of course he's gonna think that's funny. Of course he's gonna like that he did that, because it was like revenge. It's like, you mess with me, I mess with you type thing. It ain't like he just came on the train and killed anybody. Like, he was very much so pushed to that point of becoming a killer and becoming a murderer. And the guy on the TV show actually did make fun of him for a comedy stand-up thing that he had did, and it wasn't good. It bombed, but maybe in his mind it went well, but it didn't go well at all. But at least he tried, and it was just embarrassing because they showcased that on national TV, and a lot of things that people do on TV, especially like people that are hosts of TV shows or, you know, news anchors, they just say the wrong things a lot of the time, or they incite their opinions into stuff, and it's really bad. It's really distasteful. It's really bad. And yeah, he went on the show and basically let his ass know, like, you're an awful person. You're one of the people that I'm talking about. Like, you're an awful person. You don't deserve to live because you just make fun of people whenever you can get, and you get paid for doing it on national TV. So it's like, what makes you better than me? So, he killed him on national TV. But one part that I also thought was interesting was that in the movie, they made riots happen right after he shot the person on the TV show. Right after he did that, he left the studio, and there was riots all through the city. And it was riots all through the city, and he was riding in a police car, just watching everything, and he was happy. And, you know, for the first time in his life, I think there was actual applause. Like, he has some issues mentally, so of course a lot of those times, like, where he felt like, you know, he was getting accolades or he was getting praised, it wasn't real, you know, so it was in his head. So for the first time, he could actually see people admiring him. And yeah, it may have been for murder, but in his mind, he was like, I've arrived. Like, this is the person I was meant to be. Like, this is it, basically. Like, I am who I am. And I thought that it was genius, complete genius of them to make that night that he killed the news anchor, or, you know, it was kind of like a David Letterman type of thing, or a Jimmy Kimmel Live type of show. So the night that he killed him on TV was the same night as the riots, and that was the same night that Bruce Wayne's parents gets killed right in front of him. So I thought that was really iconic, honestly, because it was like in a way Bruce Wayne and the Joker, they shared a night together that kind of rebirthed them. Like, they've become reborn because of death in the same night. Like, the Joker killed someone on national TV. No one was ever going to forget that. Like, everybody was going to know who he was from now on, moving forward. And Bruce Wayne just saw his parents getting killed right in front of him, which makes him become the hero, you know, that you know, pushes him forward to become the hero that he was meant to be. So it's like both of them kind of shared a rebirth of themselves in one night. What do y'all think about this movie? What do y'all think about the Joker? What do y'all think about like movies like this in general, where like you get the villain's perspective? Think about this movie. What do you guys think about villain emphasized movies in general? Do you have empathy for the Joker? What do you think? What was your favorite part? I want to know. Make sure you leave a comment below. Let's get to 200 plus subscribers. Let's go to 250. Let's go to 1,000. Let's go to 1,000,000. Let's do it. Sky's the limit. Believe in yourself. Love who you are and be the best you can be. It's Ombre Alert, and I'll see you in the next video.